Life is suffering. We all know this, and yet we want to find happiness. We want to believe there is a silver lining or someone who can tell us how to get there. But if you look at how things are, it becomes clear that what we learn about happiness is not true. It is precisely the opposite of what leads to happiness. What means, what if we want absolute joy in our lives? We need to stop chasing the wrong things. I was having coffee with a friend the other day, and we were talking about the struggles of the creative life. Then the topic suffering came off. Being an artist means to be generous. It means God has given you a gift you need to share with the world. And the world is a messed up place. It is hurting and confused. My painting aims to represent the true depth of human suffering and to connect it our everyday lives. Painting, while great for expressing a variety of positive and consumer to process all their emotions, be they positive or negative. Life is a series of positive events strung together by pain, or maybe it is the other way around. Regardless, I think that when we focus, it's what differentiates us from the other animals that inhabit this planet. Painting is there so that we can relate to one another and no experience more universal that than of pain. So, happiness is great and all, but we are at utmost human while dealing with the pain and suffering. Suffering is the one true equalizer. When we are at our lowest, we are alike. While when we are all at our highest point, our differences became manifest. We feel sympathy and empathy when others are happy. Sure, but the way of relating to other is order of magnitude away from how much normal, well adjusted humans can relate to pain and culture, age, race and gender. That is the goal of this video, to show the true suffering so that we may all understand. Our suffering comes from our denial of our divine nature, our lack of appreciation of our connection to all things, our resistance to evanescence, and our addiction and attachments to things that only bring temporary relief. Self care is a priority. Even airlines recommend applying your own oxygen mask before helping others with theirs. If we want to be useful to others, we must take action to maintain our own physical, mental, and emotional health. But many people often confuse this concept, assuming self care is about what they get instead of what they do, and almost always it spirals into suffering. You can watch my video on self love, respect, and care and explain in detail. Check my description box below for the link. I do not like to suffer, and I do not like for others to suffer. I avoid unnecessary sufferings as much as possible, and as a painting therapist, I try to help people to see and stop the unintentional, accidental things they do that are unnecessary suffering to their life. If I'm honest, though, when I first approached training to be a therapist, I was possessed by the fantasy that therapy could create a suffering free, and if I stay honest, perfect life. I had the fantasy that therapy could make us somehow superhuman, able to transcend normal human unhappiness, the aches, the pains, anxiety that come with living. Over time, I have come to see that I was somewhat deceived, and I am not the only one who suffers under that fantasy. If we refuse to suffer the feelings that come with life, we may not fully learn about ourselves, the people around us, and our environment. Without opening up to the experience of all our feelings, we will never learn the rules of reality, the limitations of being human, the cost and the benefit of our behaviors, and as a result, we will fail to adjust. We will be in a chronic state of surprise when we keep doing things the same way, not experiencing and learning from the consequence of our actions, and then keep getting the same result. Some suffering in life cannot be avoided. The emotional suffering attached to everything, from accidentally stopping once to saying goodbye to our loved ones and to life at the moment of our death, is a built-in part of the human program. We can avoid our feelings about these experiences through denial, but they happen us no matter what. Good therapy can help us learn to suffer and learn from the unavoidable pains of life and help us to see and stop our tendencies to add extra unnecessary suffering to life. However, the process of learning about ourselves, our feelings, and our lives can be painful in and of itself, as can the process of change. It is always possible we are simply not ready to face, accept, and live the truth of our lives. And if so, that is okay. I think many people quit therapy when they realize that for the therapy to work, they will have to face some suffering, whether it is the hard work of change, the pain of saying goodbye to the past, or the confusion and the frustration that are sometimes inherent in change. Not everyone wants to face these things. They are far from blissful and perfect. I paint what I need to, normally as a visual artist. Painting completed my life. I lost so many things, and painting replaced for all of this. I'm not sick, I'm broken, but I'm happy to be alive as long as I can paint.